Listen, if you love someone and you want them to remain in your matrix for a little while longer, and they happen to be your parent, or they happen to be your spouse, or they happen to be your child, and you want to halt time for them, it's a very good gift. Halting time, I would love if somebody were to give me a gift to halt time for my own system. So why not give the gift of halting time for your family and friends? Hello. Hi. Look at me. The doctor. What do I do on a Sunday? Get ready and attend parties. So that's why I'm. Thank you. Thank you. I look awesome. So this is my mom's. I'm wearing my mom's clothes. Check me out. This is a sari, and I'm going to a Greek Orthodox wedding. This is my mom's sari. Why, check me out. This is almost longevity. Longevity is also about taking care of your nice things, and I took care of my mom's nice things, and now I can wear them when when she got it almost at my age. So now I am wearing it, and it's cool, right? So anyway, do you have any specials for Black Friday? So, for those of you who do not know us, we have an anti-aging office in New York, and we offer a lot of treatments for your skin, like lasers, skin tightening solutions, anti-aging medications, and other energy devices that can help you maintain the largest organ of your body for a very long time. Anti-aging is a very, very quickly developing field in United States and actually all over the world. And the people who practice it the best are doctors who have a lot of experience with regular medicine too. So, do I have any specials for Black Friday? Yes, we do offer specials because Black Friday is the day from where onwards, the laser season comes into full swing, because everybody who needs a laser treatment should get at least 2 or 3 treatments in. So this is the time in the midst of the winter, in the dead of the winter, this is the time when people do it. So right after Thanksgiving, after you've met your friends and family and all the parties, that's the time to quickly do a laser treatment, because you will have like a few days of a lag. You will have a few days of where you will have to hide your face. And if you do things around your eyes, you will be wearing something like this. So if you find an auntie looking like this when there is no sun outside, it's probably because she's done a laser treatment. So laser treatments, this is the turn on time. The turn on of our lasers, all our lasers. And what are lasers? Lasers are basically these devices which harness the energy of light. And with that, we not only resurrect certain parts of your skin, usually your top layer. That is the layer that accumulates sun damage, age spots, all the shit that you ate that shows up in your skin. So that is the time to erase the sins from your skin, the sin against skin. So why do we do it during November, December, and January? Because this is the time that not only you have less sun to worry about, but also it's cool. Because remember, when it's really, really hot, your skin cooks more. So if we're cooking it with light and we're removing some shit from it, we should keep it in a cool temperature. All right? That's why if you live in a hot weather place, you need to make space for yourself for 2 weeks where you're not exposed to the elements. because otherwise you are at risk of damaging the deeper layers of your skin. All right, so that's why Black Friday at my office is purely laser. But this time we also added some other kind of lasers, because remember, we don't just do the lasers for your public face. Remember, human body, contrary to popular opinion, has two faces. One is your public facing face. This is the face where how people recognize you, how you recognize you, and how your family and friends recognize you. So this is your public facing face. This is how your boss recognizes you, even though I can tell you that today if my boss saw me, he would not recognize me. But because I don't look like this when I go to work. But on Sundays, if I'm going to a wedding, I'll look like this. So the public facing face can use a laser, but we also started doing a pelvic face. So you have another face, which is your private face, which you share with no one. Maybe when you meet the mate of your soul, you share your private face with that mate. And the only other person that you would share your personal private face with is your doctor, your gynecologist, your obstetrician, or your urologist if you're a man. So your private face is also treated with a laser. And the laser that we have this season, this Black Friday, is called FemLift. It is a lift for your private face. Not only you need yearly lift for your public facing face, but you also, after menopause, especially if you're a menopausal or an andropausal person, then you will need that lift also on your private face. So we like to recommend duo lifts, not only your public facing face, but also your private face. So the lift that I am offering on your private face, it is called Kundalini. Remember, Kundalini is a kind of energy that gets trapped in your pelvic face when you are menopausal. It's the flow of energy is trapped. So sometimes you have to untrap that energy, because your beauty cannot blossom in its entirety unless you untrap the energy in all your faces and all your facets. So I know all my questions are like, my answers are like a little longish, and the reason is that the life of anti-aging and longevity is a bit longish, and you got to understand why you do some things, because that's the only way you will realize that you really need to do these things. Another special that I have this Black Friday, which is the best gift money can purchase, and those are gift cards. And the gift cards have like 5 and 10% off. Listen, if you love someone and you want them to remain in your matrix for a little while longer, and they happen to be your parent, or they happen to be your spouse, or they happen to be your child, and you want to halt time for them, it's a very good gift. Halting time, I would love if somebody were to give me a gift to halt time for my own system. So why not give the gift of halting time for your family and friends, should you really like them? I mean, you don't want to do it for everyone, because remember, these are medications and these are energy devices that you will be purchasing, and you will be introducing these things into your loved one or yourself, and this will help your body just last a little longer. Because remember, when you hit your perimenopause and menopausal or andropausal stage, basically the promise of God is over for you. You need to eject the matrix of your own biocellular cells and remove yourself from this world and create space for the new ones that are coming, just like your ancestors did. But now, in the time of anti-aging and longevity medicine, because we've extended your lifespan with medications, we also have now energy devices and more medications that can help you extend your lifespan a little longer, and also experience your lifespan and your own body as you recognize it before it disintegrates. And as it disintegrates, remember, it's going to cause a lot of pain. A lot of existential angst is just nothing but the result of you losing connection with yourself, with versions of yourself that you begin to like. The moment you start liking a version of yourself, poof, it's gone. You wake up the next day and that version is gone. How do you create conditions for yourself that help you stay in connection with that version of self is the thing that we do. So what is a good gift to give yourself this holiday season? Connection. Connection not only with others that you like, whom you may like, but also with your own self. And you will never be able to connect with another human in a positive way if you've not connected with yourself in a positive way. How was your process in creating your recently published articles? So basically, for those of you who may not know, I have been trying to teach people about the longevity medicines, the anti-aging routines that you need to be doing. I have been practicing these and also doing them on hundreds of people for the past decade, and actually more than a decade. However, recently I've been doing lectures. So some lectures that I gave for anti-aging medications were published in some newspapers. It was like one I spoke about fillers, hyaluronic acid fillers, and my lecture was called To Fill or Not to Fill. What is the appropriate usage of hyaluronic acid fillers? Because fillers can't fill all your problems. And your skin is a dish, it's an organ that requires different kinds of medications and energy devices to keep it together through time, as you go through time and gravity and hormonal imbalance. So that lecture was published in HuffPost. And then I have also was talking about menopause and perimenopause and andropause. So how to lift your body out of its naturally programmed pauses. So I did another lecture, and that was published by Women's World. And I'm very, very thrilled that they're picking up this important information, because what happened was that almost over a decade ago, in 2002, there was like a study that was done. It was called Women's Health Initiative, which was one of the largest of its kind. They spent so much money on it. It was like a very big research group that they picked, and it came to a conclusion for women. Wrongfully, in hindsight, we know, because hindsight is 2020, we realize now 10 years later that that study gave incorrect conclusions because of selection bias of the people that they chose to study it on. So that HRT is not safe for women to use. So that study's incorrect, and that debacle, I don't think that it was, even failures are tiny stepping stones towards success. However, the silence that preceded this incorrect study was like almost a decade long. So now there is like this renewed energy. Women are coming back and demanding treatments for their pauses. So I do try to teach people about some of the things that we have found to be true in our practices, and this is something that I also like to talk about. So you will probably be able to find, I don't know if I have the links, but I'll link it with this live, the links to where I have basically highlighted all the things that you need to do to bring your body out of its pause. Because perimenopause is basically these tiny pauses that lead to you to a larger pause. And once your body has stopped menstruating for a year, we call it a menopause. And menopause is nothing but an all-system pause. One incorrect conclusion that people say is that menopause is when your periods stop. No, everything falters. your immune system stops, your metabolic system stops, your fat stops, your brain stops. It's like an all system arrest of energy. So when you bring your system back into flow, you have to bring everything back into the flow. And that's what you do when you come and see me. We bring you back into that flow of things. What are your top 10 anti-aging things that I recommend? So the things that I recommend are, some of them are DIYs. So which is, those of you who don't know what DIY, that do it yourself. So those are things that you have to protect your sleep. Please protect your sleep. Please eat real food. Stop drinking. Stop drinking alcohol. Stop smoking. Stop eating sugary bullshit foods. Stop being in toxic circumstances, whether it is at home or outside in work environment, wherever you find that there are people and things that create toxic situation for you, remove yourself from there. So those are your do-it-yourself things that you have to also move your body. Move your body every single day and practice meditation. Practice learning to connect with yourself and with your thoughts. And also, if your thoughts are creating too much issues, please find a therapy session with someone. So those are do-it-yourself things that you must do all the time. There is no way out of those things. However, then there are certain things that you can come and get at the doctor's, at your favorite doctor's office. So that's when you will come and meet me. And when you come and meet me, I will introduce you to some supplements, some medications, some energy devices that you could use to enhance your life and your connection with your body. So there are like a bunch of things, and actually I have another article that is coming up which details all the things that I recommend. What's a good time to start skin tightening? So that's a very cool question. One thing that I also like to tell people, and especially if you're my client, you probably have heard me say it tons of times, and that is that your skin grows all your life. That's why as you see older people, when you're young, you're like nice and tight. And then as you get older, you would see that your face is expanding. And sometimes women would try to fix that expansion of their skin with fillers and neurotoxins. And that may not be the right way, because you do need some energy devices that are now currently present in United States. They're FDA approved. A lot of good dermatologists and plastic surgeons have it. I have it as an anti-aging doctor. So I have these machines, and actually I have one right in my office, and I'll show you at the end of this conversation the machine that I'm talking about. So these machines and tools have to be utilized every year. A lot of plastic surgeons will tell you to wait and do nothing and let your skin expand beyond the realm of where it can hold itself together. And once it has expanded and distorted, then they would take you down for surgery, and then they will cut out the parts of your skin that have failed. So what I say is that don't let your skin fail. Why would you want to let your skin fail and then chuck it out? Because remember, even when you chuck out your skin from its physicality, it is still represented inside your brain. And inside your brain, though the cells, every cell of your skin is also present inside your brain. Your skin cells and your brain cells arise from the same matrix of the embryonic fiber that you were risen from. So that sister cell that lies in your brain will always miss the physicality of your skin structure. So people who cut themselves again and again and again at the behest of their plastic surgeon or whoever was leading them on to surgery, usually don't feel that great, because the last person you can fool is you. So you can fool others, but you cannot hide from your own self. So your brain knows that you chucked out parts of it. So one great way to avoid having to chuck out your skin in life is to keep doing these non-surgical treatments. So now we have non-surgical treatments, but non-surgical treatments work very well when you're proactively doing it. So women in perimenopause should start tightening their skin, because your skin cannot restructure itself by itself. So you must tighten it every so often. Usually, when you're under 50, I tell women to do it at least once a year. But after 50, you should be doing it at least twice a year, if not more. And especially if you've gained weight and lost weight and gained weight and lost weight, you must tighten the skin also. Otherwise, it just like hangs, and your perception of self gets distorted. Hangy skin is not a problem for others, because for others it doesn't matter. For you, it does, if it tampers with your perception of self and how other people view you. What makes therapy different from other non-surgical skin tightening treatments? So, therapy, the machine that you're mentioning, is a German device by a company that creates a machine that is like a sewing machine for your skin. So it is non-surgical. It doesn't break the barrier of your skin, but what it does is that it lifts the deepest layer of your skin. It creates this energetic injury into this with its targeted injury that this frequency of sound creates in the deepest part of your skin. And as it heals, as your body heals that area, it tucks it up. And that's how we create this non-surgical lift for you. How is it different? Because it depends on which machine you are comparing it with. So the frequencies that I find with this company, which is like a German company, they're seriously strong and they're very good frequencies. They're patented, so not every other company will be able to have access to them. But now there are Chinese companies, and also there is recently an American company that has also started creating the sound frequencies for the skin to reattach itself and come back into its original form. So what is the difference? The difference is probably how long it lasts. So therapy can last, if it is done correctly, if it is done properly by your doctor, it should last you a serious amount of time. In my office, I combine the treatment with an intravenous infusion of supplements for your skin also, because as you are taking your skin, your facial skin back in time, you also need to replenish it with the minerals and nutrients that it needs to carry on that task for yourself. Remember, your body is magic. Your body, the deeper we go into it through science, shows us more and more that it is magical. So when you bring that intention and that energy and that supplement to it, to tell it to bring it back in time, guess what? It happens. It happens time and again, to that people successfully bring themselves back or halt themselves from progressing further by, in any form of disintegration. So we basically stop that for you. And I like therapy because it lasts longer. And does the American machine last that much longer? I haven't tried it, but the people who have tried it, I have tried it once, but I refused to purchase it because I didn't see the intensity of treatment as good as the one that I see and feel with therapy. But the people who have tried it also tell me the same thing, that the soft wave, that machine is called soft wave, it doesn't work as well, and people are needing it every 4 months. So, if you need like a full facelift every 4 months, maybe you should try something that can last you a little longer, because these things, getting this energy to do it again and again, can be costly. And listen, there are some people who have a lot of money and money is not their issue, but time is. So even for those people, they want to do something that they don't have to like repeat every 2-3 months. But listen, if that's your tool, then that's your tool. I just prefer a deeper and longer lasting tool. The Chinese energy machines, I haven't even tried because I come from Pakistan. We know China. We know Chinese products. It just doesn't, it looks the same, it feels the same, it sounds the same, but the sound treatments don't last. So I'm not even interested. But yeah, there are people, if that is, but it's cheaper. It's cheaper. So if you do HIFU, that is cheaper. You will get the sound, you will be able to buy the thread of sound for much cheap. And listen, for some people, that may be their only option because they don't have a few $1,000s to spend on the German technology. So that's that. Are there any specific supplements or vitamins that can support weight loss during menopause? So yes, one of the things that I always recommend to all my ladies, if you're going through menopause, don't go through it without GLP-1 agonists. A very important gift that God allowed us to find was a GLP-1 agonist. And these are certain medications that you can introduce into your system, and they will lift your body out of its metabolic pause. It's like an iron dome of protection inside your system from the sugar that you are going to take every day. So this will help you not get the spikes, the sugar spikes throughout the day. So GLP-1 agonist, if you don't know what that is, medication is, please consider following us and you'll be able to find. I speak about GLP-1. It is one of the anti-aging things that you will do on my list. I think it's number 3. So this is my home office. Please check out my home office. Let me show you the machine that I was talking about. So this is the machine that I'm talking about. I have one here. So this is, and I am about to upgrade this machine. So the new model is already here, and I will be one of the people who will upgrade my skin tightening model. And listen, these are expensive machines. Don't get me wrong. I am a machine and device enthusiast, and I always like to also upgrade my technology. However, these machines are super expensive. They're like Ferrari or a Lamborghini. I don't buy cars, I buy machines. So this is my next Lamborghini. I think that's how much it will cost me. Why do you consider it so important to use GLP-1 agonists with treatments like Coolsculpting? Obesity is the disease of fat cells, of your fat cells. And in the realm of your body, your fat cells act like plastic that are forever cells. They shapeshift. Sometimes they're under your skin. Sometimes they will shapeshift and clog your visceral structures and organs. And sometimes they will even go into your bloodstream, and that's where whenever you test your blood, your cholesterol will be up, and sometimes your cardiologist will say that the particle that is really, really bad, that's going to clog all your systems and create a heart attack and create a stroke, is very high in your blood. That is also your fat cells. And why do you produce all this fat? Because your body stores the energy that you eat into fat cells, and it just stores in different pockets. So GLP-1 agonists are like Botox for your fat cells. It relaxes your fat cells where they let go of the extra things that were the inflammation and the stores that they were reserving, and it helps your brain, to calm down your brain so you're not like craving food all the time. So one of the things is that GLP-1 agonists will help your fat cells release the inflammation and the hoarding that they do, each one of them does, and let them relax. Now, you will lose weight with that, but the thing is that your fat cells will still be present in your system. So whenever you stop doing those medications, they will start misbehaving right away and swell up again. So it doesn't eliminate the plastic of the fat cells from your system. So to remove the fat regularly is one thing that I always tell people. And Coolsculpting is again a device, which is an energy device, which does targeted freezing. So whenever your fat cells appear, like right under the skin in special, around your waist where it's tightening and surrounding your very important organs, it's very good to remove them and eliminate them non-surgically. So this machine is completely non-surgical. It doesn't cut. And it is like a very nice way, without any downtime, people can remove like a full layer of fat cells every now and then. I tell people to do it at least once a year until they have removed several layers that are around. And then to definitely combine it with a GLP-1 agonist so that you can experience not producing new disease in fat cells. So that's that. So yeah, combine the two treatments. Okay.